What's the worst movie of all time? That was something I was thinking while holding my coffee yesterday. And if it exists only one worst movie of all time, does every review website agrees on one? Do the ratings even add up? That's something I'm gonna do in this video. Watch the worst rated movie from the three main movie websites, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes and Letterboxd, and see if I can find a winner to the worst movie of all time. So walk the trenches of trash with me, fellow soldiers. The first movie I'm tackling is officially the worst rated movie on Letterboxd. Dragon Ball Evolution. Released in 2008, this cinematic crime managed to anger not just fans of the original material, but even Dragon Ball's creator himself, Akira Toriyama. I probably butchered his name, so sorry. He hated this movie so much that he literally brought Dragon Ball back just to erase the stain it left. So in the way, it actually did something right. Shit is the perfect description for this film. I didn't even watch Dragon Ball Z as a kid and I'm still offended by this abomination. This movie doesn't exist. Cosas que nunca deberían existir pero existen. So the movie starts with Goku giving a fly as breakfast to his grandfather. And in return, his grandfather gives him one of the Dragon Balls as a birthday gift. Then Goku goes to school, where he's bullied. Meanwhile, we see the Green Goblin destroying a random city and a woman in a sexy red dress receiving a ball from a poor girl. The scene then cuts to Goku fantasizing about a strawberry and a girl. My friend Goku has some weird kinks. Later, he interacts with Chi-Chi but fumbles his word like an idiot. She invites him to a party where he ends up beating up the bullies who tormented him earlier. He then talks to Chi-Chi, which by the way means peace in Portugal. Again, he fumbles. Back home, the Ninja Turtle attacks and destroys his grandfather's house. Before dying, his grandfather tells Goku to find the 7 balls and seek out Master Roshi. Goku finds his iconic orange outfit and then a random girl enters the house. She is also looking for the balls because someone stole hers. She has a 5-star ball while Goku has 4 stars in his balls. She shows him her Dragon Radar, basically a Pokédex for Dragon Balls, and offers to help him find the rest. The radar leads them to a house where another ball is located. Goku fights a weeb to get the ball, who recognizes Goku's moves as ones his grandfather used. The Gunner then has some sort of stroke and decides to join their quest. Later, their car falls into a trap, and inside the trap they find another Dragon Ball buried underground. The person who set the trap decides to help them dig it out. However, as they dig, they somehow end up in an active volcano. How? How does digging a hole lead straight up into a volcano? This is not Minecraft. Regardless, they manage to retrieve the Dragon Ball, bringing their total to 3. From this point, the movie starts throwing in random sequences. There's unnecessary fighting tournament that Goku goes and sees, while Master Roshi has a separate conversation and the other 2 characters wander around the city. Later that night, Goku finally kisses Chi-Chi, but it turns out she was just after his balls. Women, am I right?
Women.
However, it wasn't actually Chi-Chi, it was the red-dressed girl disguised. Holy moly macaroni! She steals the Dragon Balls, giving Plankton all of them, allowing him to summon Shenron. Goku and his friends rush to stop him, but suddenly the villains reveal that Goku is actually Ozaru. What? What is even happening in this movie? Goku transforms into Ozaru, becoming the bad guy. Am I still watching the same movie? While the fight is going on and Master Roshi is dying, he tells Goku that he only needs to believe in himself. With that, Goku transforms back into his normal self. I'm Batman.
Goku.
Oh, sorry, it's Goku. Okay, so sorry. He then performs a Kamehameha and defeats a Pickle. With the balls, they use their wish to bring Old Man Gunner Weeb back to life. The movie then cuts to Goku and Chi-Chi fighting. My boy Goku doesn't hold back, not even against women.
Women.
Finally, the movie ends with a post-credit scene showing business baby friend still alive. So they were actually hoping for a sequel. I don't know who approved this movie, but whoever thought this would continue was probably fired. Does Dragon Ball Evolution actually deserves the worst rated spot? Yeah, but honestly, I've seen worse, and we'll get to those soon. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a Dragon Ball super fan. I watched it when I was 12, and now I'm 20, which makes me pretty damn old. So I'm looking at this as just a regular dude watching a bad movie. And let me tell you, even from that perspective, this thing is rough. The pacing is way too fast, the script is trash, the acting is painfully average, and it tries to cram way too much into the movie. Even without knowing much about Dragon Ball lore, it still felt like a mess. And judging by the reviews I've read, I'm definitely not alone on that. So this next movie is the worst reviewed movie on IMDb. It's a movie from 2021 and it seems like a bad Christian movie. A fantastic comedy. I really enjoyed watching this rubbish. Very bad even by a Christian cinema standards. High school project failed. Christian persecution movie made by people who never had to face persecution in their lives. Let's see. So this movie starts by telling us we're in a dystopian world where communism has taken over and Christianity is illegal. Then we cut to the police chasing some random guy and they immediately catch him. During interrogation, glasses guy is caught with illegal books, the Bible. So he delivers a motivational speech with stock footage, because nothing says inspirational like random video clips from the internet. Then we flash back to 3 months earlier, where Glasses Guy and his friends were talking about their mission to save Christianity. At some point, one of them says,
"We're hiding for the last 5 years. We just met."
"How do you just met someone you've been with for 5 years?" But wait, it gets worse. The other guy drops this gem.
When I sleep, I can't sleep anymore.
So apparently these are the only Christians left in the world. Some of the guys quit, but they have a plan to spread Christianity. Graffiti. Yes, they think that spray painting random things will magically attract more Christians. One of them even graffitis a plant. A fucking plant. Nobody will see that. What is this? This is officially one of the dumbest plans ever. Of course, things go wrong and the girl who loves painting plants gets shot in the arm. But don't worry, some random guy saves her, then cuts and they are discussing their next steps. And one of them says,
Plan is we just spray fish. Maybe find better plan, but
"We need another plan." Yes! Thank you! Please! Anything else? Meanwhile, this girl steals the latest cases, whatever that means. And we get this attempt at comedy.
Alright, what did Corona do to Jesus? Nothing.
And is not satisfied with this humiliation, so he tries again.
What do you call a fish without an eye?
And it fails again. Christians in this universe have no sense of humor. And what do they do next? Go back to graffiti. Why? Why? Fuck. Then we meet this supposed hacker, but she just uses Google Chrome and Wikipedia to track them down. If this girl can find them using Wikipedia, literally anyone can. The police in this movie are a joke. They're hilarious. They cannot even type "Where's the house of the Christians?" in Google. Why? Dumb police. Finally, they come up with a new plan. Hallelujah! Hacking the police database to find every Christian and give them DVDs. These guys are mentally stuck in 2005, but somehow it works. Yay! Gets to a montage of Christianity spreading like rabbits during mating season. But oh no! Just as they're having a musical worship session, the police raid them. Glasses Guy barely escapes and does the most dramatic prayer of all time. In the rocks, all by himself praying to Jesus. Meanwhile, the police are panicking because the Christians are spreading too fast. Then, random letter girl calls glasses guy with important information, and we cut to another character saying something complete meaningless. We hit the 1000 goal in Asia. She then hands over 20 DVDs and says this is for Asia. Yeah, that should totally be enough. Or Christian Asians. The next morning, glasses guy assumes he's an introvert and an antisocial. Kisses his crush, and they have the most uncomfortable kiss I ever seen in the movie. Then she hits him with, I want Jesus in the center of our relationship. So she wants a polygamous relationship with Jesus. Fair enough. Honestly, I'd also date Jesus if I could. Then a girl catches her destroying files, but just lets her go because she's depressed, I guess. Then we get a Zoom meeting. Yep, the resistance is now having online calls. And then plot twist. Luke betrays them. But when he tells the police where they are, he says,
The cool thing, they are like only 3 people.
Luke does not even betraying knows how to do correctly. The police then chase them down. The love interest warns them, and suddenly, bam! We're back at the beginning of the movie. The cops take glasses guy to be executed. We hear gunshots and then black screen, and that's it. The movie's over. And a big thanks to my boy CJ. So now let's talk about if this score even makes sense or not. 1 star is pretty damn low. This movie is like a bad joke. The acting is horrible. The story is basically just a bunch of speeches and monologues put together, however. And the songs are just randomly put in the movie. It was a pretty boring movie, but it was kinda funny. So, on to the next one. So this next movie is from Rotten Tomatoes. And to be fair, I choose a movie with 1,000 reviews because the other websites also have movies with 1,000 reviews, and the first ones that appeared to me was movies with only 3 or 10 reviews, and 10 angry people are not enough. The 2 movies that appeared to me, Megamind and The Open House, and because Open House has 1% lesser, I choose Open House, which is a 2018 Netflix production and has 8% audience review and 7% critic review on Rotten. Worst waste of time ever. I wouldn't recommend this abysmal attempt of a movie to my worst enemy. If I could give this movie 0 stars, I would. So this movie starts with a father and son running. Then they go to buy some things and the dad gets run over by a car. Tragic. Since the mother and son now have no money for the rent, the mother's sister offers them her open house to stay in. On the way there, they stop at the supermarket where an old lady tells them she already knows them. Not really important, but okay. Then they finally arrive at the house and the same old lady calls them. Meanwhile, the kid is exploring the new house and decides to go to the basement, where he finds a pile of wood blocking the way. For some reason, the movie plays some really suspenseful music at this moment. Oh my god, wood? That night while they're sleeping, a car honks outside and the old lady appears screaming. Then she just goes away. The next morning they have to leave the house because it's an open house, so strangers need to come in and look around. They go out for breakfast, but they don't have any money for breakfast, so the kid pays the breakfast. Yet later, it cuts to a store. What are they doing there if they don't have any money? I don't know. And in the store, her mom goes and talks to the store guy. In the night time, the movie reveals that someone is inside the house with them. Then the kid explains that open houses are scary because anyone can enter, just in case we are too dumb to figure that for ourselves. His mother takes a shower, but the water suddenly turns cold because someone turned off the water heater. She goes to turn it back on. The next day, let me summarize quickly. The store guy comes to see the house. His mom decides to take photos. The neighborhood old lady shows up in the night and his mom takes another shower. Why does she need so many showers? I'm European. We don't understand this bathing culture. She took 2 baths in 2 days. Then they finally call someone to fix the plumbing so she can finally take another bath. The plumber finds the guy's missing phone and the mother finds a picture of her dead husband in the trash. She argues with her son, thinking he was the one messing with the water heater. That night, her sister calls saying someone broke into the house. When they check, they find the dinner table set up and music playing. They call the police, but of course the police find nothing. The kid then calls the store guy, who stays overnight to help. But not for long, because the killer slits his throat, dumps him in a car, and also knocks the kid out. Then he goes after the mom and punches her, with what sounds like the Minecraft punch sound effects. Maybe. The son wakes up and saves his mom, only to leave her for some reason. Then the murderer comes back and grabs her again, so the kid has to go look for her. While searching, he accidentally kills his own mother. He then runs into the woods, falls asleep there, and when he wakes up, boom, he gets killed by the murderer. This movie is just a waste of time. The scariest thing about it is how slowly it trains you. It's just a boring movie where nothing happens except for the last 5 minutes, and even then, it's nothing special. Everything feels repetitive, and because it drags on for an hour and a half, it genuinely feels like the movie is slowly killing you from the inside. There are some moments where the movie tries to deliver jump scares, but it fails every single time. It's just loud, scary music playing over scenes that aren't scary at all. There's no payoff at the end. Nothing the movie tells us really matters because the killer is never revealed. So in the end, it just feels like I was watching a bunch of random scenes lazily glued together with spit. Does it deserve its terrible rating? Honestly, yes, just for the time I've wasted. So now to end the video, let's do the ranking of the 3 movies. So in 3rd place, we have Dragon Ball. In 2nd place, we have The Open House. And the winner of this horrible prize, it's 2025, A World Enslaved by a Virus. Let's go. You're the winner! Woo! It was really bad. I think the other two, I think the most boring movie I've watched is Open House. Is a really fucking boring movie. 2025 I kinda laughed sometimes. The production value on 2025 compared to Open House is really low. So I couldn't give the first spot to Open House. I think Dragon Ball is bad, but not as bad as the top 2 ones. Thank you for watching and bye bye.